Cost of living is defined as the amount of money needed to sustain a certain standard of living by affording basic expenses such as housing, food, taxes, and healthcare. Searching into San Francisco's troubles with cost of living shows that the cost of living in San Francisco is 62.6% higher than the U.S. average. But this will focus specifically on the housing aspect of cost of living. In the U.S., the median cost of a single-family home is $199,200. By contrast, the median cost of a single-family home in San Francisco is $1,545,000, almost 8 times the U.S. median. This is one reason San Francisco has the highest cost of living among major cities around the world. These problems have largely risen from San Francisco's history of strict zoning laws and slow, careful building development. One example of this is that in most of the city, for example in Noe Valley, residential buildings cannot exceed 40 feet. This has resulted in somewhat of a housing crisis. From 2007 to 2014, the Bay Area only permitted half the number of houses required for the area's projected population growth. The rapid expansion of the tech industry, with companies such as Apple, eBay, and Facebook in Silicon Valley, brought more and more jobs, which then contributed to quick population growth. From 2012 to 2016, San Francisco procured 4.5 times more jobs than units of new housing. Worse, this has disproportionately affected socioeconomically disadvantaged individuals. According to the Association of Bay Area Governments, San Francisco developed only 28% of housing needed for very low-income people, 24% of housing needed for low-income people, 26% of housing needed for moderate-income people, but 84% of housing needed for above moderate-income people. One of the things San Francisco does to address this is to develop affordable housing.
Affordable housing is a term we use to describe housing that is affordable to people who are either low income or moderate income. And the way we achieve affordable housing is we provide subsidies. These are grants or loans, typically to nonprofit affordable housing developers. And because they're receiving these grants or loans, these public resources, they're able to keep costs low for renters. And so it's affordable to people who don't make a lot of money. Furthermore, we record restrictions on the properties, so these properties stay affordable in perpetuity or forever. So they help not only a single generation of renters, but they continue to serve low and moderate income people in San Francisco forever.
Unfortunately, not enough affordable housing has been developed, and the ramifications of the housing crisis are still severe. In 2014, San Francisco had 7,000 homeless residents. Reportedly, 71% of homeless people had housing in the city before they were homeless. Only 29% came from elsewhere. San Francisco Bay Area Planning and Urban Research Association, or SPUR, calculates that San Francisco has the highest per capita rate of homelessness of all large U.S. cities, 8 in 1,000. As well as the third highest rate of unsheltered housing, 55%. More and more affordable housing is being developed each day. In 2014, Mayor Lee set a goal to preserve or construct 10,000 affordable housing units by 2020. And as of July 2018, there are 7,340. But even if this goal is reached, it is unlikely that either the homeless or the housing crisis will be solved. Even more affordable housing is needed. Further, unless the city begins building higher density housing, it is unlikely housing prices will stop rising so steeply. Building restrictions were put in place to conserve the architecture of classic San Francisco, to conserve San Francisco. But these policies are causing rapid gentrification and pushing out the people that actually make San Francisco, San Francisco.